Hello, today is Tuesday, November 16th, 2021. My name is Daniel Mullany, and behind the camera is the expecting Caitlin Yates. Today we are here to film a video source inspection for Sitek Process Solutions. We will be viewing a fully remanufactured 4300S spin rinse dryer. That means that this is a single stack unit capable of running up to 12-inch substrates. Our customer is located here on the West Coast, and their PO number is P00007. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get the tool started and then discuss it as it runs. So first, I open the chamber. As you can see, this customer is going to be running 300mm substrates. Here we have a full profile 300mm cassette. It's fairly easy to handle. Go ahead and slide it in. Okay, in and running. And starting the process. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is a 4300S spin rinse dryer. So it's capable of running up to 12-inch substrates as such. This person is going to be, or this company is going to be doing research with this system. So it'll be running 12-inch, 8-inch, 6-inch, and 4-inch. So that's one of the beauties of a spin rinse dryer is you can run a whole variety of substrate sizes by just changing out the rotor that holds the cassette in the center. Even though the rotor is smaller, it still has water rinse over it and still dries the same as a larger rotor. So it's a really great multifunctional tool. This system is equipped with all of our options on it, which includes static eliminator, prevent particle migration when the system's done. It has a resistivity probe for measuring the resistivity of wastewater, and it has a DI recirculation valve. So the water will constantly recirculate if the user would like while the system's in idle. So in the event of being a research site, you may or may not want to use the recirc depending on the volume of DI water that you actually have available. So what this has done so far is it had started in rinse. It rinsed for about 60 seconds. Actually, maybe we only did 30 seconds in this one. That's kind of user determined. But it first rinsed at 500 RPM to do the first set of quality rinse. Then we, in purge, started ramping up to our 1800 RPM set point, which is where we're at right now. During purge, the nitrogen valve switches over to the DI manifold. So that way, nitrogen will blow through the DI manifold and blow any residual water that is sitting in that manifold. So that way, during the dry cycles, none of that water starts dripping out and getting pulled onto the cassette and substrates. If you don't purge out the manifold, essentially, some of that water could drip on during the very end of the process cycle and leave water stains on your substrates. Then we go to dry one, which we're just about to finish right now. Dry one's at 1800 RPM, and what we're doing is we're ramping to a high RPM so we can sling the majority of the water off of the cassette and substrates. The idea here is to spin fast, so the main large water droplets are all kind of flung off. After that, we're going to move into dry 2, which is now a 5-minute dry section. And during this 5-minute dry, we're going to ramp down to 500 RPM. This is substantially slower, and you ramp down to a lower speed so that way you can reduce the particles that the system adds while also maintaining a uniform dry. So the combination between the high RPM and the low RPM dry is the most effective way to achieve low particle adders and successful rinse dry process in this system. Okay, we have 250 seconds left here and everything's looking great. I've been standing next to the tool the entire time. I mean, you can't see from camera, but I can tell that there's minimal vibration on the tool. Coming to the back, everything looks good. I can note our system serial number on this tool as well. It is SRD-01401. Okay. Everything's operating as normal and as expected. Another aspect about this system, it is upgraded with our touchscreen controller. So this touchscreen controller is actually field retrofittable. The shape of it is the same as a 101 controller. I don't have an example in this room right now, but it's the same exact shape as this. So essentially the old digital one that has a couple buttons on it and red LEDs, like an alarm clock sort of, is now replaced with a modern touchscreen here. So the modern touchscreen has, first of all, being built with all new parts, within the last year. And it also has a bunch more features added to it. So it has data logging, it has a maintenance mode for troubleshooting on the system, it has multiple recipes, it has the ability to turn the heaters on and off during the dry steps, and it monitors the heaters and the static eliminator. It monitors their functionality so it can ensure that they're working during the process, where the older controllers do not look at those components. So that's just a few of the upgrades that we offer within this touchscreen controller. As I mentioned as well, it's field retrofittable. So if you're interested in upgrading your systems that are already in production, please give us a call, because we can kind of walk through that process with you and explain what that installation process looks like. If your controllers are 101, they're going to be as simple as just sliding them out and sliding this controller in. Same exact footprint, same exact connectors. It integrates with the same style of motor and motor controller. So it's really a plug and play perfect fit to existing field units. Okay, so we've got about just under 2 minutes left here. In addition to providing refurbished systems from our stock, we also provide refurbishment services for our customers. So if you have an SRD that's pretty beat up, it has repeated failures, or it has high particle counts, or for any other reason that you'd need a refurbishment, you can send it in to us, and we will turn it into a like-new system that looks just like this. We're going to go through your tool, and we're going to break it down to the component level. We're going to chemically clean and electropolish all the metal, rebuild all the rebuildable parts, such as the motors, the valves, and the uprighting piston. We're going to replace consumables automatically, such as the window, seal, all the tubing, and the poly skins as well we sort of consider consumable. The majority of the tools that come in don't have really clean looking poly, so we're going to cut new skins and make it look as clean and new as this. And then we're going to build the system up using our proprietary techniques here. And from there, we're going to provide a 1-year warranty for you on the entire system. So your system's going to come back to you in an excellent, like-new condition, all new parts in it, totally relabeled, looks fantastic, and is backed by our 1-year parts warranty. It is really the most valuable service that we offer to our customers, as we predict there's somewhere around 30,000 spin rinse dryers out there currently running for all of our different customers, and we regularly rebuild them into this like-new condition so you can extend your budget and keep your production line running in optimal condition. All right, we've got about 15 seconds left here before we can inspect the chamber, the cassette, and the product, and then we'll be able to conclude this video source inspection for the day. So right when it finishes its timer, the system's going to start ramping down, and essentially the motor controller is braking the system. Once it hits 75 RPM, that motor controller is going to stop braking, and the uprighting piston is going to fire in order to home the rotor and cassettes into a loading and unloading position. So there we go, just fired. You can see it's slowing down extra there. Now it's going to rock back into its position. These larger substrates right there have a bit of weight there, so it takes a minute for it actually to rock back into that home position. Okay. Now that we're complete, we have our blue light that's turned on. This indicates that the system has completed. We can acknowledge it here, or you can just open the door. It'll automatically acknowledge just by opening the door, and that's actually typically how the system's used. So looking inside the chamber, I see a little bit of residual water, so that's good. That lets us know that the system's not necessarily bone dry, but the cassette and substrates will be. Okay, so I just pulled it out. Now I'm inspecting it. The cassette feels warm, and all these substrates are dry and would be ready for the next step in your manufacturing process. So we had a nice successful demo of this tool today. As I mentioned, the system will also be shipping with 4, 6, and 8-inch rotors as well. Those are separate from the tool right now and will be packaged up and shipped along with the system. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view our video source inspection for today. Again, my name is Daniel, and we filmed this video for Sitek Process Solutions. If you'd like to learn more about our products, please visit our website at www.sitekprocess.com. Or if you'd like to give us a call, please do at 916-797-9000. And if you want to reach me directly, dial extension 2201. Thanks for viewing, and have a great day.